So I've had a few requests to do a video of my pressure washing setup in my van. So I finally got some time to make this video for you guys. I hope it helps somebody who's maybe starting out and they want to do their own setup. But let's go take a look at it. So me and my dad actually put this together ourselves. It's not professionally built by any means, but you know, it works, it gets the job done, and I saved a lot of money doing it myself instead of, you know, going to a professional pressure washing store and having them do the setup for me. So hopefully if you're thinking about putting something together yourself, you can take away something from this video, and if you have any questions, you can reach out. We're going to start here in the back where my machines are. So I've got two machines in here. I've got a 8 gallon per minute unit, and then I've also got a 5.5 gallon per minute unit. I started out on this one, and you can honestly do pretty much any job with this machine right here. But then I upgraded to the 8 gallon per minute unit, and it really does save you so much time. And I've kept this 5.5 gallon per minute as an extra. And also I've got a couple of jobs where one of my buddies will come out and help me, and we'll hook up 2 surface cleaners, and we'll have 2 surface cleaners going at the same time just to knock it out a bit faster. But inside the van here, both my machines are hooked up to a 375 gallon tank, and this is just like one of those food grade tanks. If you're building your own setup, you can get one of these things on Facebook Marketplace for like 50 to 100 bucks. So that's definitely the way to go for tanks. Because I know, you know, you go to the pressure washing stores and a 250 gallon tank is, you know, like 500 bucks. So save you some money and get the food grade. So I got both of my machines plumbed up down there. I've just got a 55 gallon tank that I use to hold my bleach. I've also got 2 separate batteries to run the machines. You can't run the machines off the same battery. So I've got one battery over here, and then I've got another battery over here. This is my 8 gallon per minute unit battery. I've also got my 12 volt hooked up to this battery, and then I've got my remote downstream remote control hooked up to this battery as well, because this machine gets the most use, so it charges the battery. Well, every time I start this machine up, it'll charge the battery a little bit, and so that keeps everything else kind of charged up. Over here is my 12 volt system. Let me hop in the van here. So this is my 12 volt system right here. I just use a 5.5 gallon per minute Everflow pump. It's the EF 5500. These things work really well. Sometimes they don't last long, sometimes they do. But I mean, they're like 150 bucks. So I mean, you get your money's worth out of it really with one job. I've got my 12 volt system hooked up to this Midwest metering system. So basically what this allows me to do is I can choose what percentage of bleach, of SH, I want to spit out. So, you know, a lot of times when I'm doing driveways, I'll have it on 2.5%. And that usually works pretty well. You know, if I'm cleaning stucco or something on the sides of buildings, you know, I might do 3.5, 4% to clean that. Roofs, so that's going to be about, you know, 5.5 to 6% to clean roofs. So I can choose whatever I want to clean with, which comes in handy. For my machine over here, I've got a remote control downstream injector. This hooks up to my 8 gallon per minute pressure washer, and what this does is it allows me, with the remote, I can turn on and off my chemical when I'm spraying houses. So with a click of the button, I can turn the chemical on, I can spray my chemical on the house, and then when I'm ready to rinse, I can turn it off and rinse that chemical off. Just with a click of the button, I can be on the complete opposite side of the house. So this is really handy. It's pretty expensive, but it's definitely worth the money. It saves you so much time in the long run. So another system I have in here is my window cleaning system. I just use a DI tank. I mean, you can get these for like 250, 500 bucks. And basically what this does is it allows you to hook up to water. The water will come through here and then it'll come out pure. So when you're cleaning windows, that's what you want. You want pure water. And all you'll have to do is change your resin, you know, every now and then. So for my window cleaning system, this is kind of the setup I have for it. So typically, if I'm going to be out pressure washing a house, you know, I'll hook up my garden hose right here to the customer's spigot, and the garden hose will, you know, feed the water through, you know, these valves right here, and it'll go into my water tank to start filling that up. Now, when I want to do my window cleaning, what I'll do instead is I'll shut off this valve that goes to my water tank, and instead of now it going to my water tank, I'll turn this one on and it'll start feeding my DI tank right here. And then my DI tank then leads to my window cleaning water fed pole hose that I can pull out, drag around the house, and I'll be able to clean that way. I've got my window cleaning system hooked up to a zero water fed pole. I've got the 40-foot just in case I need to go up really high. Here's some of my brushes that I use for my window cleaning system. I think it's all the Zero brand. And I've got some with the rinse bar, some without. Cool. So for my surface cleaners, on my 8-gallon per minute pressure washer, when I'm running this one, I want to use this. I've got a 24-inch Whisper Wash surface cleaner here that unfolds. It allows me to store it up there pretty easily. With the 8-gallon per minute, I mean, this thing works really good. I mean, you can knock out driveways pretty quick. The setup I have on there, I don't know specifically what size the tips are, but I've got 4 tips under there, and it's built. I have a lot of new construction concrete here, so it's built to kind of really go easy on that concrete. You know, whenever I come across a job with really old concrete, that just means I have to use a little bit more chemical on there. But in the long run, since I come across so much of that new construction, it is really nice to have this set up. For my 5.5-gallon per minute unit, when I'm using the surface cleaner on this one, I'm just using a 20-inch surface cleaner with, you know, regular tips for that one. I don't really do a whole lot of new construction with that one. All right, let's go check out all my hoses over here on this side. So usually when I pull up to a customer's house, I'm gonna be pulling up with this side facing the customer's house. I'll usually park on the side of the road, and it's for easy access. So I'll just, you know, open up this door. I have all my hoses here and ready to whip out and get to cleaning. So I've got 2 garden hoses. I've got this one right here and then this one up here. I can dual feed my tank if I need to. Most of the time I'm good with just one hose hooking up, but occasionally, you know, I'll come across a property where it's not giving me enough flow and I have to wait, so I'll hook up another garden hose if I need to. This is my 12-volt hose right here, my 8-gallon per minute hose, 5.5-gallon per minute pressure washer and hose, and then my window cleaning system right here. I've kind of built it in a way to give me some extra storage down here. So I keep a couple of brushes over here on this side, and then all my pressure washing guns over here. As far as what pressure washing gun I use, I've got this one here. You can get at Harbor Freight for 25 bucks. So this is definitely a steal. I know a lot of people were on these for a while. They're good, but I mean, I realized that these will last just as long as these for a third of the price. You know, these are like 70 to 80 bucks. These are 25 bucks, and they last just as long, if not longer. And plus, a little bonus, it's got like a trigger lock on here, so you don't have to keep your hand on it, which is super nice. For my tip, I've kind of got this popular setup that you've probably seen around. It's got this shooter tip on here, which is this blue piece. That just allows you to shoot really far up in the air. And then I've also got the M5 twist on there, and that allows you to, you know, you can either shoot a straight line or you can kind of twist it, and then it'll do like a fanning motion, which is super sweet when you're washing houses. For my 12 volt, I've just got this simple wand hookup I can do to it. These are the banjo fittings, so you know, I can just plug that in there, and that's the tip that I use for my 12 volt Softwash system. Just open up the system there. If you're thinking about doing your own pressure washing build, whether it's in a van like this or, you know, a trailer or in the back of the truck, maybe you can take something away from this.